Test 1, test 2. Perfect. Hello, everyone. Welcome to PGR League Racing. I'm your host, Sidonian Muse. Tonight, we're going to be racing for race 15 of Season 9 of PGR. We're going to be racing here in the beautiful country of Italy at Monza, the Temple of Speed. Here tonight, it's also going to be a sprint race. We're going to have a one-shot qualifying, followed by the 9-lap sprint, which is going to set the grid for the 27-lap race that we're going to be having. Looks like we got about 11 guys here tonight, but before we get into it, we're going to have a quick pre-race interview with one of our drivers, Abrupt Pew Pew, who is actually second in our standings right now, fighting for the Drivers' Championship with Vodka Victory, AlphaTauri versus Ferrari. The two Italian-based teams actually fighting here tonight, so let's get Abrupt in here for that interview. Hello.
My audio's, it gave me a thing saying my audio's not included. Mine's checked right now because I'm looking at it.
Okay, I'll check just to make sure you're coming through.
That says we're good. Or, yep.
Let's see.
That says we're good.
Yeah, we're good. We are good. All right, man. So I'm here looking at because I always have my questions up in front of me, and it actually says Monza. So I guess I've interviewed you at Monza before. I completely forgot. But we're here at Monza tonight. How do you feel around the Temple of Speed? You got confidence when you're going around here?
Yes and no. Track's kind of tricky. I mean, it gets boring, but I mean, you still got to pay attention going in and coming out of the corners. I mean, it's just all there is to it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I'm noticing there it says Bad Madu is in a Ferrari right now.
Yeah, I don't know if Smoke's coming back or not. Hopefully he does, but I accept that as a partner. No worries.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Okay, because I hadn't heard anything about that, so I didn't know. But that's good because you're fighting not only in the drivers' championship with Vodka, you're also 1 point apart in the constructors. Um, so how has that felt this whole season fighting with Vodka?
It's not been fun. Hard to catch him.
Yeah, man. Well, obviously, it's getting pretty tough in the championship. I think it's like, a 40 something point difference between the two of you, but you do got some tracks coming up besides here that you're also good at. We got Zandvoort coming up. You're a fan of that, right?
Oh yeah, I like Sandboard. I like all these little technical tracks. They're fun.
Exactly. Now, tonight, like I said, Vodka is here. But is there anyone else besides yourself and Vodka who you think might have pace here and be able to fight for the win?
Everybody, everybody has a chance here. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind. I mean, it's granted that now when you get out front, get the clean air, you have a really good advantage because I mean, it's kind of hard to follow here because the corners are so fast. But other than that, I mean, it's anybody's race really.
Yeah, that's just the nature of this place, isn't it?
It is.
Like last season, we had Gator come out of nowhere, get the great strategy, and win here. So you're right. Anything is truly possible here at Monza. So hopefully we'll have a good show tonight. It's also a sprint race tonight. You looking forward to that?
I am. That's gonna be fun.
Hopefully everyone keeps it clean. Hopefully no more wheel failures for you this season. We don't want to repeat at Imola.
Yeah. Let's hope not.
Right, right, man. But yeah, we're already holding things up here, so I'm gonna let you go. But it was nice talking to you, man, and hopefully we see you after the race for the post-race podium interview.
That would be great, and good luck to everybody.
All right, man. Cheers. Alright, and that was abrupt. One of our Ferrari drivers looks like he's recruited a teammate to his cause since his other teammate Smoke hasn't been able to show up for the past couple of races and probably won't be able to for the rest of the season. So it looks like Bad Madu has taken that second seat at Ferrari to help Abrupt in his fight for that Constructors' Championship. Since it's so tight between Ferrari and AlphaTauri right now. But we can't forget that there's also another tight fight right now in the Drivers' Championship between both Mercedes drivers, Slim and Slingshot. Only 12 points apart right now. Going into the last 7 races of the season. This is the second last sprint race we're having this season. This is going to be a great opportunity for points. So this could make a huge difference to their rivalry that they got going on right now. So we shall see how that turns out. Meanwhile, we also have Firewater and Great Ace here tonight, who are very close to each other in points as well. Only 4 points apart. McLaren and the Alpine. We'll see who comes out on top. Great Ace has been having it kind of rough past couple of weeks. With unfortunate stuff coming out of nowhere at him. But, you know, he's not a fan of this track, but hopefully we'll see him have one of his better results here. But it's going to be tough because, like you're saying, it is very easy to just lose traction anywhere here. This track is easy, but it's not, at the same time, it's not easy. It's simple, but it's very easy to lose it if you're not careful, especially since everyone here is running no assists. $11 drivers on the grid tonight. About on par with what we've had the past couple of weeks. We'll see how this goes. We're going to have a one-shot qualifying to set the grid for the sprint. We'll see how that plays out. And here we go. We're going to get things underway here in just 20 seconds. Drivers are only going to have one shot at getting this right, especially that first chicane there. If people lock up or brake too late, it's going to be all over right away on the first turn. So we'll see who's going to be fastest coming out of there, but here we go. Coming around here now. Let's get while the drivers come down the straight. Start their hot lap. Let's see. Vodka Victory actually currently looking to be fastest. Actually going into the straight. See how he takes the chicane. Goes around the left there. Actually loses a lot of time. You know, not the optimal line. So Vodka Victory falling way behind after that first chicane. See if he can make up the time right now. Redline and CeeLo. Fastest coming through Sector 1. Up to the Lesmos. Let's see what CeeLo can do here. He had a purple Sector 1. Coming out of the Lesmos. He's still the fastest right now. On track. Already going into this DRS zone here. He got one last chicane to deal with. Vodka's moved his way back up to third fastest. We'll see who comes out on top after this chicane. And CeeLo takes it there. Nice. Still holding fastest there with Vodka Victory. Two of them fighting for the pole for the sprint race. Coming into the final turn. Let's see who can keep it together. CeeLo Racing makes his way around. Goes a little over the line there, but it's okay. He crosses the line. Let's see. And CeeLo Racing will be on pole for the sprint race in the Williams. Good stuff to him there. Solid lap. Only person to get a 121. Followed by Vodka Victory. He's going to be starting on the front row with him with the 122.5. On the second row, we're going to have Redline. Great quality lap from him there. Going to be starting alongside Abrupt in 4th. Firewater and Drupally starting 5th and 6th. Greybush and Bad Madu 7th and 8th. Great Ace in 9th. And then we have the 2 Mercedes at the very back. Bear with us, folks. It looks like we might have to restart the lobby. So we're going to get things back underway here for the sprint race. We just got to start a new lobby. Something's going on. Loading into the other lobby. That's crazy. Never seen that before. Get her back open here.
EA Sports.
So my apologies, folks. Things are already going a little strange here tonight, but we already know what the grid is. Just got to set it up for the sprint once more. There we go. We're getting back in here now. Looks like we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're just missing Drupally right now, I think. Just gotta get him in here. Then we're all good. There we go, we got him in here. So sorry about that, folks. A little sidetrack there. Get things back underway here now shortly. I think we just need Redline to pick his car right now. Perfect. Alrighty, let's get the show on the road here now. 9-lap sprint race. Like I said, we got CeeLo Racing starting from pole for the sprint. Vodka victory alongside. Just like in Brazil, looks like these two are going to be fighting once again. Except in Brazil, CeeLo went for the two-stop strategy and didn't really work. So we'll see if CeeLo has an actual chance of winning here tonight, taking the win away from Vodka. Or maybe someone else will catch them, like Abrupt or even Redline. Redlining, like I said, starting third. You know, any of these people have a good chance of winning the sprint. And we have both Mercedes, who are rivals right now, at the back of the grid. We'll see how the two of them are able to move up through the pack during the sprint. See if they can gain themselves a better position for the full race. Just need the drivers to come out for a quick little formation lap just to set the grid. And then we'll get the show on the road. Of course, everyone's going to be starting on the mediums. You know, can't really take the softs all the way. It's just a little too long for the softs. If it was 7 or 8 laps, you could, but 9, they're not going to last. So everyone's going to start on the mediums and try to take them all the way to the end of the sprint. Unless, of course, there's a safety car like halfway through the sprint, then, you know, some of the guys might pit for softs. We'll have to wait and see. We got Drupally, who's third in the Drivers' Championship right now, starting 6th for the sprint. We'll see if he can work his way up too. He's currently splitting the McLarens. You know, had struggled in his qualifying lap. You know, this massive 16-year-old troll from the, from the Australian Isles decided to join the lobby and spectate him and cause him to glitch all over the place during his one-shot qualifying lap. But fortunately, you know, he should be all good for the sprint. Shouldn't have any problems. We've taken care of the riffraff. Sent them on their merry way. Wish them a good life. All the best wishes on their journey. While you're on this planet, you're going to waste your time in your precious life joining an Xbox lobby to screw over someone's race on a fake racing game. Yeah, so shouts to that guy. But he's gone now. If he's in chat, don't really give a shit. With all that aside, here we go. The drivers are lining up on the grid now. Let's have a good sprint. And it's lights out and away we go here at Monza for the sprint race with these terrible camera angles. We have Great Ace moving up several positions up in 7th, fighting Firewater for 6th. He takes it on him. Good stuff. Most of the people at the front still remaining the same going. Vodka Victory and CeeLo Racing going wheel to wheel into turn 1 though. CeeLo driving Vodka off track. I don't really know what to think about that. Kind of forced Vodka off track there, but huge incident in the back. Huge incident in the back there. Firewater has gone completely off track. I think he took a lot of damage there too, so that might be Firewater's sprint done there. He might just have to pack it up for the sprint. Depends. It seemed like he took a lot of damage there. I don't know if that was just because of where it happened to, but that was a lot of damage. Slingshot losing a position to Babadoo. Babadoo moves up into 8th. Great Ace still in 6th. fighting Druply next, who is ahead. Vodka victory now because of that, because of getting forced wide by CeeLo on the first chicane, allowed for Redline to slip in and overtake. So, yeah, not really sure what I think about that with CeeLo forcing Vodka off there. Not really sure what to think, but here we go. Vodka is going to try to have a go at Redline to get that position back. See what he can do here coming up to the start-finish line for lap 2. He is going to make a move on him here in the straight going into the first chicane. Let's see if Vodka can get it done. And there we go. He pulls ahead of him. Vodka victory moves up in the second ahead of Redline. Nice move in that chicane. That's how you get it done. Good stuff to Vodka victory. Moves up into second. Abrupt still holding fourth right now. And Firewater is still at the back of the grid, though. He is starting to save some time on the people in front of him. Greybush making the overtake on Great Ace into Lesmos. That moves him up into 6th. Oh, but he runs wide. Comes back on track. Going wheel to wheel with Great Ace. Gives him a little punt. So now Great Ace and him are gone off track. So that's huge there. Greybush and his teammate are now down at the back. Great Ace has managed to get back on track, though, in 7th, just behind Slingshot. I'm going to have to say that was Greybush's fault there. The move into Lesmos looked fine, but from what I could see from my angle anyway, but you know, he went off track there and then he recovered and banged right into Great Ace. So like, I don't know what else to say about that there other than yeah, you know, he got punished for it. Now he's at the back. So yeah, but there's still a full race to go. And here we go with Druply now, who's trying to catch Abrupt in the Ferrari. Abrupt also starting to catch Redline, though. Oh, and Redline loses it. I don't think him and Abrupt touched there, though. It was kind of hard to tell. Here we go. Druply's also trying to make a move on Abrupt at the same time, but Redline has now fallen all the way to the back with the McLarens as well. So all good, though. Everyone is still technically in the sprint. Firewater has now gained 2 positions due to the mistakes from Redline and Greybush, though. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there exactly, because to me, it looked like Abrupt was just side by side with Redline. I don't think he touched them, but Redline just lost traction coming out of that turn there, which has now allowed Abrupt and Druply to move up into 3rd and 4th, respectively. Also, huge runs going on right now from the Mercedes drivers, both of them up into 5th and 7th right now. Huge recoveries from them. Great Ace still in 6th, even after that little run-in with Greybush. I can't wait for the race to end. Hey, if anyone's watching the stream, I can't wait for the race to end and have to watch clips because someone can't admit that they're in the wrong ever once. So yeah, I can't wait to watch clips, Stewart clips after the race. It's going to be magical, I imagine. But here we go. Bamadou is in Slim's DRS, trying to gain on him. Firewater setting the fastest lap of the sprint right now. And there we go. It looks like Bamadou. Oh, but he breaks way too late and has to run wide. So he falls behind. Looks like Slim is going to get the move on him there. Yes, he does. Fortunately, Bamadou not, you know, he's still in the sprint. He's still in 8th. Doesn't get too punished from it. Wasn't penalized for it or anything, so he's okay. He's still alive and well. And we'll have to see how that progresses. But Druply, you know, still trying to keep up with Abrupt, trying to stay within that second range of Abrupt, though he is losing time here now to Abrupt. You know, the more these medium tires get worn, the more mistakes are prone to happen. We've already seen quite a few mistakes. Yellow flag in Sector 2, speaking of mistakes. Looks like someone ran a little wide there as well. So Firewater, looks like it might have been Bamadou again, because Firewater just got by Bamadou in the McLaren. So, we'll see. But it looks like Druply is less than half a second away from Abrupt now, coming into the straight. We'll see if he's able to get close enough to him to make a move on him. He's using that ERS and DRS. Wow, look, he is flying that Red Bull right now, going side by side with Abrupt. making it look easy. Has plenty of time to get ahead of Abrupt even before the chicane. Amazing stuff, but Abrupt is going to try to get him back coming out of the corner. Both of these guys going side by side right now. Great racing from the two of them. Though Abrupt still not able to quite get ahead of Druply. They're coming up to Lesmos now. Let's see what can be done for Abrupt. He's going to have a DRS zone coming up here. He might be able to try to snag it back on Druply. We shall see. CeeLo Racing still holding lead of the sprint race this whole time. Vodka Victory still in second. Redline actually gets ahead of Badmadou now too. Badmadou starting to struggle a little bit. Now we have another yellow flag in Sector 2. Looks like the McLaren of Greybush has made another error. And he's going to have to keep trucking along. Oh, but it looks like the other McLaren has lost as well. The McLaren of Firewater has gone completely off there. Fortunately, he hasn't DNF'd. He's technically still in the race. But, yeah, he's going to safely recover back on track. He's still in the sprint, technically. He's not completely out of it, but it's looking rough for the McLarens once again. Not looking too good. Badmadou still in 9th right now. Trying to catch Redline. I'm gonna hold on with him for now. But, as I was saying here, Druply has managed to start to pull away from Abrupt a little bit, though. Starting to save time on him. Pulling ahead. Great Ace splitting the two Mercedes right now, who have had amazing recoveries. Impressive to also see that Great Ace is still holding on, considering that he got ran wide on that sand, you know. Well, you know. We shall see. Badmadou trying to get within a second of Redline. Catch him here. We got 3 laps left of the sprint. It's looking pretty much dunsies for both McLaren drivers right now. Not going to be able to get any points in the sprint. But Badmadou is losing time to Redline as well. Redline, you know, Badmadou's mistakes have caught up with him now. And, yeah, that is the last position, you know. Only the top 8 get points from the sprint, so that position does matter a lot for him right now. And for that Constructors' Championship battle. We also can't forget that this is Badmadou's first race in the Ferrari. So he has to prove himself as a worthy teammate to drive with Abrupt and bring in points to make sure they win that Constructors. But meanwhile, near the front, we have Druply, who has pulled a significant gap to Abrupt now, up almost 2.5 seconds, and he's starting to save time on Vodka, trying to catch him as well, to try to start on the front row for the full race with CeeLo. CeeLo driving pretty immaculately right now for most of the sprint. We'll see, all he has to do is keep together for 2 more laps, and he will be the winner of the sprint race. But if we hop back here now, we'll see Slim is actually starting to get within a second of Great Ace, so maybe Slim might be able to gain another position before the end of the sprint. We'll see. Another yellow flag from McLaren at the back. Both McLarens really struggling here, it seems. So we got Slim starting to get within a second of Great Ace, and we also have Druply starting to catch Vodka, so we're going to keep an eye on 2 of them right now, see if either of them are able to save the time they need to catch up. We have another yellow flag in Sector 1. Who has lost it now? Looks like Slingshot was struggling a little bit there, lost a bit of traction coming out of the chicane, and now he's lost a position to Great Ace. Great Ace moved himself up into 5th going into Lesmos. So now both Mercedes are neck and neck here once again going up. Is Slim not going to back out of this corner? He's not going to back out. What a bad move from Slim there. Like, you have to back out there, man. Bamadou picks up a free second time penalty for corner cutting. Slim loses traction, loses the places he had saved, and now has to spend all this time recovering to the track. And now he's stopped. He's still reversing back. I'm not really sure what's going on here. It's wasting a ton of time. He almost has the McLaren of Firewater coming behind him now, too. Oh, and Slim has retired from the session on track. Looks like Slim has rage quit. When it was his own fault there. Like, what was he doing going into that corner with Slingshot? I don't really understand. Like, why would you go into the corner there? There's a DRS zone coming up. You could probably catch him there. But he wanted to go into that corner with him for some reason. And Sling turned in. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you're like, you weren't ahead of him going into the corner, he's going to turn in. You know, if you were ahead of him, he wouldn't have turned in. So, yeah, it sucks for Slim. He was starting to have a great recovery there, but just happened to lose it all. Going for a move there, got a little overzealous. He is still going to have a full race to, you know, get points, though, from. So it's not the end of the world, but, yeah, that's rough, especially your own teammates there going at each other like that. Way too aggressive from Slim there. Almost like a Greybush-style move there. Trying to be super aggressive with someone for no reason. Not really sure, but Drupally, as for the other battle going on right now, Drupally has definitely started to catch Vodka coming into the final lap of the sprint here. Less than half a second away from Vodka now. They're both super low on ERS, though. Oh, it is the end of the sprint. Oh, my bad. I was so distracted by the Slim thing, I didn't even realize we were at the end of the sprint, but there we go. CeeLo Racing and Vodka Victory are going to be starting on the front row for the full race again. CeeLo Racing is your winner for the sprint race. Good stuff to him. Drove solidly, didn't make any errors. Other than the fact that he drove, kind of looked like he drove Vodka a little wide there on the first chicane. Kind of drove Vodka off there a little bit. But, yeah, and Drupally and Abrupt starting on the second row, followed by Great Ace and Slingshot. Great recoveries from the two of them, going to be starting 5th and 6th. Redline Bamadou starting 7th and 8th for the full race. Both McLarens, Firewater and Greybush, starting 9th and 10th, and then lastly Slim is going to start at the back due to that rage quit there. I mean, he could have finished the race and still finished the sprint and started in 9th, but he decided to retire completely. I guess his car must have been completely totaled. And he knew that if he retired, you know, it was already past the point there wouldn't be a safety car. So he was okay. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for our sprint. But before the full race, guys, the drivers like to have a quick little intermission just to prepare themselves for the full race. So we are gonna have a 5-minute intermission. But we'll just hold on, and we'll come back in 5 minutes for the full race, and should be quite exciting from what we saw there. Lots of mistakes. Like Rob said, anyone can win it, but CeeLo Racing is in the pocket right now, so hold on for 5 minutes, guys, and we'll be back with the full race. Alrighty, and we're back, folks. Let's get ready for the full race here now. Obviously, the optimal strategy here today will either be to go medium hards or hards medium. So let's see who decides to go what, because that will it's gonna be tough to call. Because medium hards technically should be better, but depending on safety cars, it might not be the play. We'll see how that all turns out for them. We have 27 laps here. Let's check out what everyone's doing. And as expected, yeah, it's about an even split here. We got CeeLo starting from the front on the faster tire. Of course, he wants to hold that lead off the start, gain some time before he has to try to gain some time on the others before he got a pit. And then we have behind him everyone behind him, Vodka, Drupally, and Abrupt, all on the hards. Then you have two rows of mediums with Grade A, Slingshot, Redline, Babadoo, and then at the very back, Firewater, Greybush, and Slim are all on the hards. So hopefully we'll see how clean this full race is. That sprint was kind of crazy. Lots of contact between guys, lots of mistakes. Really crazy mistakes there. It was really weird how Redline just spun there when he was going alongside Abrupt. Very strange. But we'll see if CeeLo can keep it up and potentially win the race over Vodka. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. And, we'll see if people can keep it clean here, waiting for the DRS zones. Because remember, the iconic line, you can't ask someone to change how they race. You can't expect someone to back out going into a corner. Especially if you're not alongside, but I digress. We'll or ahead, I should say. But let's see how this goes. Hopefully, everyone keeps it clean here. Sprint race was a little silly. You know what I mean? It was a little silly. So let's see if we can keep it clean here for the full race. It would be nice. Everyone get their cookie when the race is over. Their nice little cookie, Fighting for the 25 cookies is CeeLo racing at the front. Then we have Vodka Victory fighting for, that front, that 25, those special 25 cookies, maybe even 26, Ooh, go one step beyond for that 26 cookies. But here we go. Lights are flickering. I have terrible camera angles because this game was not made for spectating. And here we go. It's lights out and away we go at Monza at the Temple of Speed. CeeLo Racing takes off into the front on the faster tires. Red Bull, Drupally there. We also see Abrupt and Great Ace there. Ferraris. Oh! Abrupt gets hit in the back there by Redline a little bit. Abrupt and Drupally going side by side into turn 1. They're keeping it clean though. Slingshot and Firewater also were going side by side there, but it looks like Firewater's pulled out ahead of that. Slim also making moves on Babadoo, it looks like. It would appear so. Babadoo's still holding the front for now, but two of them are exceptionally close. Hold on with them. Oh! Slim nudging the back of Babadoo there a little bit, but it's okay. Babadoo's still fine. He's still in it. Now Slim and his teammates... Oh, and Babadoo gets past Slingshot too. It looks like Slingshot messed up. So now the two Mercedes are close to each other once again coming in here. But Slim pulls ahead nice and clean around that corner. Amazing overtake from Slim Thug there. Nice stuff. Now Slingshot's at the back with Greybush, and it looks like Greybush is flying by Sling here too. What's going on with Slingshot? Slingshot all of a sudden falling back, losing all these positions. Kind of crazy. Not sure what happened to Slingshot there. Now Greybush is on the back of Slim. He is pissed and ready to pounce. But if we pop up here, we also have all these guys here. We have a bit of a train going on right now from Great Ace all the way up to Drupally here. But once again, CeeLo is starting to get away here a little bit. Oh, three of these guys. Greatest kind of just watching the madness here. All three of these guys are super close to each other. Yeah, Slingshot's already been forced to pit. Slingshot's being forced to pit. He must have had damage there. I was going to say, yeah, because they were just flying by him like it was nothing. So he had damage from the beginning. I'm guessing something happened between Firewater and Slingshot that caused him to get damage. Or actually, maybe he made a mistake and I didn't see it. Who knows? Who knows? I wasn't sure because there was so much going on at the start there. But we'll see here. DRS will be enabled next lap. Vodka trying to, you know, doesn't want to burn up his tires, but he is trying to keep up with CeeLo to the best of his ability. We'll see how this progresses. Firewater's currently in 7th, trying to catch this DRS train. Slingshot's race is looking kind of screwed unless he can get a safety car now, because he will have to pit again. Most of these guys are only going to pit once, but he will have to pit again. But DRS is enabled. Redline Drupally going wheel to wheel here. Up into the first chicane. And it looks like Redline gets it done. He pulls ahead of Drupally on the straight. And moves up into third. Again, he is on the faster tires though. He is flying. These guys in the hards are going to be struggling here for a little bit. Drupally is keeping up the pressure on him though. He's trying to force him to make a mistake, and he does kind of make a mistake there. Drupally capitalizes on that and pulls ahead of Redline once again. These two are just going at it here tonight. All four of these guys are super close to each other now. They are the guys to watch right now. Vodka and CeeLo kind of pulling away at the front here once again. But all four of these guys super close. So let's see if anyone goes for any moves here into this DRS zone coming up. Especially these guys on the mediums. Redline and Great Ace. Abrupt's already used over half of his ERS already. Crazy enough. Trying not to lose that position to Great Ace. See how they all come out of that chicane there. Abrupt is right on the backside of Redline. Great Ace almost loses control of his car there on the exit, but he manages to keep it together. A nice recovery from him. Though Firewater is starting to catch the pack now. He's within DRS range, so he is going to join the DRS train. And Firewater is going to be trying to get past Great Ace. So the middle of the pack are still all bunched together here now. I'll have to wait to see how this plays out for him. Hop on with Firewater here in the very back. Get a bird's eye view of the back. You do have a yellow flag in Sector 2. Bad Madu has lost it in Sector 2. He has spun out and he's still spinning. Having trouble getting back on track safely. He's now down in 10th and he's still spinning. Bad Madu really struggling to control this Ferrari here tonight. Is now down 10th. Just ahead of Slingshot, but there we go. We missed it because looking at Bad Madu, but Redline manages to get past Drupally there. Coming out of the chicane. CeeLo Racing sets the fastest lap of the session. All these guys still super close. There we go. Drupally tries to overtake Redline once again. These two are just going head to head here so far. This race just back and forth between the two of them. Kind of crazy. So let's wait and see how this plays out. Firewater losing a little bit of time there. Grey Bush has moved up to 8th now though. Same thing with Slim. They've moved up position due to Bad Madu's mistake. Here we go. Abrupt is pressuring Redline. Right on the back of him now. Like I said, super tight between all these guys. Though surprisingly, Firewater is actually starting to lose some time here now. He's starting to lose some time compared to these other guys. These 4 other guys. Let's see how this goes. Great Ace is almost already out of ERS. Yellow flag in Sector 3. The McLaren of Firewater has lost traction coming out of the chicane, so he's going to let his teammate Greybush by. So he will lose a position there to his teammate. That's okay, not the end of the world or anything. Sela Racing sets another fastest lap. And Redline's going to have DRS on Drupal. He's going to be trying to make a move on him once again. These two have been going at it every single lap. Here they go, wheel to wheel between Redline and Drupal. And Redline pulls ahead up into the chicane. Nicely done by Redline. Once again, these two are just trading back and forth here, back and forth. Drupal's on him again, waiting to pounce. Trying to look for an opening. Redline, under the pressure, runs wide, is forced to cut the corner there. Because he broke, actually he broke a little too late. I think that's what happened there. But we can see that also. Slim, if we take a look at our penalties, yeah, that's a 5-second. It looks like Slim in the Mercedes has messed up and already received a 5-second penalty for corner cutting. And here we go, Redline Drupal going wheel to wheel into the chicane as well. Into this chicane. Redline pulls ahead of him again through this chicane. Amazing move from Redline once again. These two have just added again, wheel to wheel, wheel to wheel. You also have Abrupt and Great Ace just behind. All 4 of these cars going wheel to wheel up into the final turn. This is madness. This is Monza madness at its finest right here between these 4 guys. This is absolutely crazy. We're going to hop on with Great Ace here. Get a bird's eye view at the back. He has DRS on Abrupt. He's on the faster tires. But he's completely out of ERS now. He's completely out of ERS. Redline losing the position to Drupal once again. Great Ace is going to try to make a move on Abrupt going into the chicane. And he takes the position from him. Great Ace moves up into 5th. But again, he's completely out of ERS, whereas Abrupt still has 25% of his. So Abrupt will probably have an opportunity to snag it back from him. We'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, Greybush is trying to catch up with the rest of the pack after his teammate Firewater made that mistake. Greybush is trying to catch up, do his best. Though, you know, 7's nothing to scoff at, of course. Especially what after happening in the sprint race. But here we go. Great Ace, amazing move around the corner from Great Ace. Like, that's how it's done right there. Amazing move from Great Ace. Moves him up into 4th ahead of Redline now as well. But Redline's going to try to take him again. Redline goes for an almost off-track overtake there. Crazy move from Redline. He also hit the wall a bit there. I wonder if he sustained any damage. He basically went off track a little bit there to get that move in on Great Ace. That was crazy. All 4 of these guys are just balls to the wall right now. Full on intense action the whole way through. Crazy stuff. The guys in the mediums are going to be looking to take their tires at least about 12 laps or so. So they're not going anywhere yet. Still going to get another couple laps out of them. Like I said, Great Ace is out of ERS. And we can see that Drupal has started to pull away from the rest of the guys now. Since they've all been going at it, the 3 of them. So Drupal is starting to pull ahead a little bit, getting out of that DRS range of Redline. The hards are starting to kick in now. So he's going to be able to start to pull away from Redline and Great Ace. While meanwhile, Abrupt is also going to be trying to get past them as well here. So we're going to hold on with Abrupt and wait and see what happens. Here we go, Great Ace going for another move on Redline in the DRS zone. Both of them going side by side. Up into the chicane. See, neither one of them bunching an inch, and they both spin and crash out. Huge accident for Great Ace and Redline. Though Great Ace doesn't lose too much time, he's still able to recover, get back on track, but he spins again. Great Ace spins immediately. He tries giving too much gas coming out of the chicane. He thought he was fine, he thought he was okay, but he wasn't, and now he's losing several positions. Wow, huge mistake there from Great Ace and Redline. I'm sure that's another incident that's going to be discussed after the race. Neither of them relenting into the chicane. I wonder who caused that, because Great Ace did get forced wide a little bit. But then he started coming back And both of them, it looked like, made contact. And now they're being, both Redline and Great Ace now are being forced to pit early due to the damage they sustained, which has now moved Greybush and Firewater up into 5th and 6th, respectfully. So far, the two McLaren drivers have just been keeping themselves out of trouble. And it's worked out there because Redline and Great Ace, neither one of them wanted to budge going into that chicane. And, yeah, it looks like Slingshot's here pitting now for his second time for the hards. Looks like he might try taking the hards to the very end now. So we'll have to wait and see how that works out for him. If he's able to get back into the points or not. But we can't forget Slim also has a 5-second time penalty, so that might cost him here near the end of the race. Because no one else has penalties yet. That we can see. Let's show off Vodka Victory a little bit here now, who's been in second this whole time, just trying to hold on with CeeLo. Not fall too far behind. He's still saving time now that his hards are kicking in. And CeeLo's mediums are going to start falling off here now soon. We'll see how long CeeLo decides to stay out for on these mediums. Him and Bad Madu, the only one still out in the mediums now. That Great Ace and Redline had to pit due to their damage. It's going to be interesting to see, you know. Yeah, it's just truly unfortunate from the two of them that they had such a huge accident there. They're both lucky to still be in the race, actually. Same thing with Firewater earlier. Firewater really been it there coming out of that last chicane. But he managed to survive. Very lucky guys so far. Very lucky that no one's DNF so far. Oh, but there we go. Yellow flag in Sector 3. Looks like it says Bad Madu has left the session. What happened to Bad? It looks like Bad, did Bad lag out? Because he was in 8th. And now, Great Ace is being forced to pit again? What's he doing? Great Ace is retiring in the pits. Oh no, it looks like that's Great Ace's race over. It looks like, Great Ace might have suffered some rear wing damage that was unfixable, and he must have came out and tried to drive a lap just to see how it was, and it must have been undrivable. So yeah, that's going to be it for Great Ace's race. Unfortunately, he was doing so well battling up there the whole time. Was up as high as 4th at one point, and then you know, Haas drivers do Haas driver things, so that's what happens sometimes when you're going wheel to wheel with them. But yeah, I mean, kind of a racing incident though, kind of hard to tell who was at fault there. I have to see the replay there. It wasn't super clear cut, but I did catch it on stream, so I'm sure it'll be talked about after the race. But yeah, almost halfway through the race now. Everyone's fairly spaced out until we start getting into these pit stops here coming up shortly. You know. Oh, hold on. Hold the phone here. Redline is passing Bad Madu's AI because Bad Madu still needs to rejoin the game. Bad Madu has lagged out of the session and his ghosted car is just there now. Next to Redline. But yeah, I imagine, unfortunately, Great Ace's damage to his car must have been too severe to continue racing. I think it must have been like fairly undrivable if he was, you know, came out and then went right back in to retire. But it's a shame for Bad Madu. He's already lost one position, down in 9th. He still has time to rejoin the race, though. Yeah, unfortunately, not letting me invite Bad Madu back into the game. Unfortunately, I can't get him there, but as you can see there now, Slim has picked up another 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, so Slim now, halfway through the race, already has 8 seconds of time penalties. That's really going to cost him later on, even though he is in 7th now. Graybush now currently in 5th, just behind Abrupt. Trying to catch up to Abrupt. Everyone here on 11 lap old hards. Still going on them. But we also have his teammate Firewater to worry about. We have a yellow flag in Sector 1. Looks like Redline messed up on the first chicane there and had to let the Bad Madu AI go. Graybush loses a position to his teammate Firewater there, lets him by. So both McLarens swap positions. But meanwhile, at the back, Redline's still battling this Bad Madu AI, surprisingly. But he pulls ahead of him there, coming out of the corner. There he goes. Up ahead of him. Let's see here now. Firewater trying to catch Abrupt. He is catching up to him. He's saving some time. We're going to have Great Ace join us in the commentary booth here now in a second. The Bad Madu AI is pitting off the medium tires. Funny enough.
What's going on, Muse?
Hey, can you re-invite Bad to the game? Because I think it's on invite only, and that's why he can't join back.
It is. I tried to find him online, buddy, and he's not showing.
Yeah, it keeps saying anonymous for me. I can't invite him, so that's, you know,
yeah, he's
sad
not
to say. And all the
showing
guys are, and they're all racing, so they can't do it, you know. But it looks like CeeLo has pit to the softs now. Surprisingly, he's doing the two-stop again.
Yeah, he
just
really
like in
likes
Brazil.
his two-stop.
He likes his two-stop, but I feel like he's been leading the whole race, just like with Brazil. It might cost him again. Hopefully, if it costs him again, maybe he'll learn and not do it next time. But we'll see. Maybe, you know, maybe there'll be a late safety car. Who knows? The guys have gotten very lucky, man. Like, I thought you or Redline or even Firewater, when he crashed coming out of that chicane, any of you could have DNF'd, really. I'm very surprised.
Oh, my rear wing was orange when Redline took me out.
Yeah.
And I slapped the ass end into the barrier.
Yeah, I figured that's why you retired, because it was undrivable,
well,
right?
I pit just to see what it would be like anyway, right, with a new front wing. And it was too greasy on the back end. I couldn't hold it on the track.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to get in anybody's way.
Since the drivers are coming up to it here, with CeeLo and the softs catching up to the McLarens, you know, and Firewater receiving a time penalty for multiple warnings. Quick question. So, you know, I caught the incident there with you and Redline. Would you consider that a racing incident? Like, how, you know, how do you feel about that?
No.
What happened there?
I don't know why he wanted to do that there when the straightaway is out of the corner. He could have easily got me. He saw my light flashing.
Yeah.
He could have waited that 2 seconds more, and he didn't. Stupid move.
Well, you heard it here, folks. I mean, I said the same thing, that it was a Haas move.
Yes.
You know, Haas driver's going to do what Haas driver's going to do. That was my assessment of that incident, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I was a little upset.
Both agree on that there. Great move from CeeLo there. Pulls ahead of Graybush. Moves up into 5th. We also have Abrupt is starting to gain on Firewater, though, I mean, they're all going to have to pit. You know, how long do you think they're going to take these hards? Like 17 laps or so?
Yeah, I would take them. No, I wouldn't go any further than 16 with them.
16?
Yeah, the next lap I'd be thinking about switching over because you want the maximum speed out of those mediums.
Ooh. The guy who took you out actually just set fastest lap.
Yeah, imagine that. Like I said, it was one corner. You had to wait, and you decided to send it.
Yeah, him and Drupally were battling pretty clean into every corner, and then he just decided to do that with you.
Yeah.
You know.
It's misfortunate because I had 4 points in the sprint, so I'm missing out. I was running fourth or fifth.
Oh, CeeLo going for the move here on Abrupt pretty smoothly around the
with the reds.
Final corner there. Yeah. And he's and Firewater's pitting there now, so he's gonna move up into third.
Fire and Abrupt both in the
And
pits.
yeah, and CeeLo is 16 away, so if he keeps it up like this, he will gain lead of the race once Vodka and Droop pit. But he is gonna have to pit again because these softs don't only last like 8 laps. So
Yeah, if you're lucky, you can get 8 of them. We're
yeah,
still
if you're
mid-race,
lucky.
right? We still got 11 laps to go,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, still got
I'd maybe take
several laps
these
to go.
another. If I was CeeLo, I would take them maybe another 4, and then make my pit stop then. Right, because you're certainly not going to make it to the end, so he's going to have
Yeah,
to pit anyway. So you want the maximum out of both sets of tires.
exactly. Let me see.
Now he's 12.5 back off a Droop there.
Yeah, great. Great recovery from the McLaren drivers though, making up for that terrible sprint race they had.
Yeah.
Moved up into 4th and 5th so far. But yeah, we'll see about his whole
Droop's
CeeLo's
going in.
two-stop thing. Oh, there we go. Droop's gonna pit.
CeeLo going to pit?
So
No. You could throw the mediums on, but why would you, right?
right, might as well just wait to see if there's
Yeah.
a safety car anyway.
So now you know you're good
there
to go
goes-
with the mediums.
Yeah, and there goes Graybush in for his mediums as well. Vodka's the only one left to pit now. We'll see when he decides to do that. How
Now
long? But he said he might not want to push it any further than this.
Yeah, the only
See.
advantage is he's going to be 1 lap newer on those mediums, but you could technically do
Of course.
a hard to soft here, but
Yeah.
it's tough to do, especially when you can't play with the tire pressures. If I could play with the tire pressures, I could probably do it. But
yeah, exactly,
with
right?
the fixed setups, it's way too hard because the tire pressures are right down the middle, unfortunately.
Yeah. But here we go. Abrupt is getting close. Oh, great correction from Abrupt there. He almost could have lost it on that on the Lesmos there. Great correction. We call those the grade ace corrections.
Vodka's in the pits. Vodka's in the pits.
Vodka's in the pits.
Oh, McLaren made a mistake.
Oh, that was actually a Graybush.
Yep.
Graybush almost lost traction coming out of that corner there.
Oh, he did.
Now
He
him and
kicked
Abrupt
out
are
like a
going
mule
at it.
there.
Yeah, that was a great save there. That could have been disaster.
Yeah, it was a good save.
Let's see. Yeah, so
he's
CeeLo's
coming
going to take
back
lead
at
of the
him.
race. Yeah.
Vodka's is still in the pits.
Yeah,
He's out of the pits now.
This is CeeLo's race to win. He had an amazing sprint and he's been consistent all race. We'll see if he can keep it together for the final 10 laps or so. Tats, aka Graybush, is going for the move. He got DRS on Abrupt and he pulls ahead of him. Not too much to worry about there. Makes it super clean, but yeah, let's talk for a second about before we get into speaking of Graybush, so that sprint race, because I've been talking shit. I talked shit earlier about I talked shit earlier about people who joined our race, little 16-year-old kids from Australia who joined our race to troll. I talked about someone coming back on track in a McLaren and hitting into an Alpine for no reason. And I've talked about a Mercedes going for a stupid move on another Mercedes into a corner. So, but we'll talk about the one that you were involved with. What did you think when you got hit in the back by a McLaren?
I was shocked, buddy. But I'm looking in the mirrors the whole time. I know it's coming. I'm just trying to make the lesser of the damage, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But it is what it is. He'll send in his clip, which I think he has, and I'll send in mine once the race is over, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, but I mean, you've DNF'd anyway. So what's the, there's no gain for him. He's already here rocking it in 5th right now. It doesn't mean anything
exactly
for you to get anything from it. You've already been punished enough from what happened with Redline, I think. So
Yeah. Considering I'm the
tit
only
for
one.
tat.
Yeah. That's 3 races in
Yeah.
a row now that I've been pinched out.
Yeah. And you actually were looking pretty quick here.
Yeah, I was just
Surprisingly.
saying that to Abrupt and Vodka. We had a blast going with each other.
Yeah,
Right, at
man.
one time, did you see the 4 of us coming in through that last chicane? I'm like, nope,
Oh,
I'm backing
yeah.
out all that.
Caught
I don't want any part of this.
right. Yeah, I caught that all for you going into the into the final turn there too. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I'm
was
like, yeah, I'll back out. I'm not getting into it because if one goes, chances are we're all going.
going.
Right,
Yeah,
so that's
could
why I let
that
them go ahead because if I have a chance, if they crash, I have a
there was
chance of going through somewhere.
Yeah,
But when you're nose
and
to
it
tail
seems
like that, it's
like
tough.
so he's gonna have DRS on Greybush here, but Greybush has actually been keeping ahead of Abrupt here. He's actually been pulling faster laps, I think. But we'll see if he can get by in the.
The only problem
The DRS
is
helps him.
Greybush has got no DRS left, right?
It's true. Abrupt is you see, Abrupt is harvesting right now. He's almost up to 40%. Oh!
Greybush made
Speaking
a
of the devil,
mistake.
but he
Oh, he got
recovers it though, right
again.
back.
Oh, these guys got away
What
good.
a save! What a save there from Greybush. He loses the position to Abrupt, but he's still in the race. 7 laps to go. They're clear from everyone behind them. You know, Redline Slim got the penalties. If I was Greybush right now, his tires might be a bit fried, so like I would honestly back off here and just you know.
I wouldn't back off. I would hang around the 1 second to 1.5 seconds on him because we do have 7 laps left, right? Harvest all that ERS and get them on the last lap with the DRS because you will fly by them here if you time it right. That's how I made my 3 moves. Right, you come out of here just perfectly.
Yeah. Oh, and CeeLo pits. CeeLo's pitting off to his second stop. Again, I don't think that was the right call from him. I really don't. Like, there's only 7 laps left anyway.
Yeah, he's pretty quick, going to so I don't know why he goes with 2 stoppers.
If he had done what he done, like what we said he should have done, and just gone to the his second set to finish the race, the hards to finish the race, like he would have came out of the pits. He would have,
So that just puts Silo in front of the battle between Abrupt and Greybush.
Yeah. So now they got him to contest with, but it's just mind blowing to me. I just don't know why. Like the Brazil 2-stop, I can kind of understand. I don't really know why he was going for one here. It's just.
Well, they say the 2-stopper's quicker, so. But you still lose, I think, 7 seconds overall. But if you're super fast, like Silo is pretty quick, so 7 seconds over 2 pit stops. There's only 3.5.
Oh, what's going on there?
Oh, that's the that's bad.
Oh, that's the lap bad Madu. Okay.
Yeah.
I was so confused there. I saw a ghosted Ferrari. I was like, what's going on? But it looks like Bad will still finish with a point anyway, so he'll get a he's got 10, so he'll get
ridiculous.
He'll get a pity point.
No, he rage quit. He's been long gone. I don't know what happened to him. I didn't see it.
Long gone. Oh, but here we go. Druply has actually started to catch Vodka now. At the front. Both of them fighting here.
Yeah.
Greybush also gets past Abrupt there on the straightaway. But like you said, maybe CeeLo just finds it easier to cut through, because he would have had to cut through on the hards, right?
Exactly.
If he had done the 1 stop.
And you can be pretty quick on brand new reds against 10-lap old hards.
Yeah.
Because Silo now is only 2.5 seconds back off fire, fighting for that 3rd position.
Yeah, exactly. Only 5 laps to go.
Oh, Abrupt's getting all over the back of Tats here.
Yeah, like you said, he has the battery advantage. He's been stockpiling. So we'll see if he doesn't. Yep, he looks like he's going to go for a move here in the DRS zone. 2 roommates going head to head. Oh. Has to be careful not to hit into the back of him there.
It was pretty close, but
Yeah.
these guys know each other. They've been practiced a lot together, so there's a lot of respect there between them.
Yeah, exactly. Drupal's coming up to the end of the DRS zone here with Vodka going into the first chicane.
Oh, doesn't
He's
get
still
him.
CeeLo setting fastest laps. 123.2.
1.3 back off fire now. Probably next time around
Yeah.
he'll be in DRS zone.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
he's-
he is going to catch fire, and then he's going to have like 9 seconds or so to clear to the other two guys.
Which he won't be
So
able
right
to.
now, if you're CeeLo, you're hoping that something happens with Vodka and Drupal right now, that the two of them like hold each other up or something.
Or get into it, right? One of them loses.
Yeah, exactly. And you can see here, Drupal, look at his ERS there, Sean. He still has like 80% at the moment.
Was that
It's
Drew?
crazy on track.
Yeah.
Vodka and Droop, they have barely been using ERS, it looks like. They've just been
Yeah,
cruising.
that's crazy. That's how quick
Abrupt
they
going
are.
forward again here. Abrupt going side by side with Tats again in the DRS zone.
You got him.
He makes it past him. Up into 5th.
This is where I'd use my ERS. Get rid of him. And you don't have to worry about it. Oh,
Yeah.
Silo got past fire.
There he goes, yeah. Goes around the final turn, gets past
Oh, but
fire.
fire's going to get DRS on him.
Drupal's also going side by side with Vodka. There's so much going on right now. Drupal gets by Vodka, takes the lead of the race from him, going
Fire's
into the
after him.
chicane.
Fire's after Silo. Back up the outside. No, can't do much against those Reds. Oh, he locks it up. Big lock up from Silo.
Oh. Huge, yeah. Lots of different... There's like 3 different battles all going on here at once right now.
Yep.
So that's great to see. If we just do a quick little penalty reminder, Firewater, though, does have 3 seconds of penalties. And so does Redline and Slim. Though obviously it doesn't matter too much for Redline Slim, but for Firewater, that could cost him a position here.
Red line should have 30 seconds, but that's me. Oh, did I say that out loud? Oh, yeah, I did. Oh, well. It is what it is.
See, we'll see. We shall see.
Fire's doing a good
Oh,
job of hanging
but
on
hold
to
the phone
Silo.
though. Yeah, hold the phone too. What I just forgot though is that Slim has that 3-second time penalty. So if Slingshot can stay within that 3-second gap to Slim,
That's
the
right.
next
He'll
3
take
laps.
it. That's right.
He'll take that position over him. So we'll see how that goes as well. But yeah, it looks like Abrupt is actually like struggling a bit here tonight. Doesn't quite got the pace to keep up with the, those top couple of guys. Ever since he got to these mediums, he's just been lacking a bit.
Oh, Sling, hang on to her.
Chicane. Yeah, hanging on to it.
Because Slim
Oh.
and Slingshot both have the same amount of ERS.
Yeah. Oh, ooh. Did you see that? CeeLo goes for the move on fire in the Lesmos. Firewater almost loses it. But they're both still okay. Firewater's fighting pretty hard right now considering he has that 3-second penalty. Like, if I'm Firewater now, I'd just be worried about Abrupt getting within 3 seconds of me,
Yeah.
Trying to stay, keep that gap.
He's actually pulling away from Abrupt, so if he
Because
can
even if he gets ahead of CeeLo, the odds of him getting a 3-second gap to CeeLo, unless CeeLo makes a mistake, are pretty slim here, I
well,
think.
that's it, right? There's 2 laps left. Guys start doing silly things last 2 laps, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, those Reds would be screaming right now. On lap 5 with them.
Here with Vodka is also here. He's holding on with Drupal coming out of the first chicane. The two of these guys fighting for the win right now. Since, like we said, CeeLo, I still stand by it. He needs to stop doing these 2 stops. He screwed himself out of another win. He could have won Brazil. He could have won here. Just, yeah.
Yeah, because those Reds aren't paying off enough for him. He's
No,
on the
they're not.
podium, but he's still 10 seconds behind.
Yeah. So instead, it looks like we're gonna have a scrap here on these last two
And
laps
he
between
might-
Vodka and
yeah.
Druply for the win.
He might. Oh, Silo made a mistake. I just brought fire right back up close with him.
Right back up close. Coming out. Firewater's gonna be on him going into that DRS zone.
Yeah, and so is Vodka. Oh, Vodka's all over him now.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're both fighting for the win. They only got one more lap to go. Redline just picked up another time penalty.
Vodka's just biding his
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, he still has full ERS, man.
Yeah,
Oh, why does he have full ERS? Why hasn't he been using it?
doesn't have to, right? Don't burn your tires up any more than you have to, right? He's staying with them without it, so why would you use it, right?
Yeah.
Because if he
Yeah.
has to use it twice on the last lap, like around here, he's gonna have enough of
Yeah.
it left over.
Yeah, not able to get
Now.
by Druply on the... Yeah, he's going to use it here now.
Oh, don't cut him off. Don't
Oh, can be
look at this
careful.
wiggle the
Can be
wheel.
turning in there.
Oh, that was close. Oh, wow.
That could have been
That
disaster.
could have been. Fire
Between-
and
for
Silo
the
were
two of them.
switching. Oh, we're
Still going
swapping
at
out.
it. Vodka's going for the move into Lesbos.
Oh, he made it. He made it. The Red Bull.
And the Red Bull loses it.
Red
The
Bull
Red Bull of
loses it.
Druply
I
loses
got
it.
that
Vodka
on
victory.
the rear camera. That was just a great move. But
Was there contact or did
oh, there
Druply
was
just
definitely
lose traction
contact.
there?
No, there was definitely contact there. That's for sure.
Well, that's going to be... I think that's going to be the biggest thing discussed then, because that was a win. That was a potential win for Druply right there,
Yeah.
taken away.
Well, Graybush must have made a mistake because he's 13 seconds behind Abrupt now, and Abrupt's
Behind
up with
Abrupt.
Silo.
Yeah, final lap of the race. Now he has Redline on his back, though. Redline does have time penalties. So realistically, there's, you know, similar to when Silo was pressuring you at Baku with penalties, Redline should not be doing a thing to Graybush right now because there's no point because he's not, you know, he's not going
Oh,
to finish
Vodka ran
above
out
him.
of, Vodka ran out of gas.
Oh, Vodka's run out of
Vodka ran
gas!
Vodka
The
ran out of
karma!
gas. No
The
way.
karma for the move!
No way.
Druply wins the race!
Firewood's coming
Druply
through.
Bunyan is your winner tonight at
No
Monza.
way. Vodka's
He wins the
in
Italian
third.
Grand Prix. No,
Oh,
no way.
Fire
Vodka
almost
victory
had him.
finishes in second. Firewater
Abrupt.
beats Silo for the podium.
Vodka runs out of gas. I
What
bet you
a
he's
race.
losing his
He's
mind.
rotted. Mind. I can't wait to see that stream clip. I cannot wait
Yeah.
to see that stream clip. The
Yeah.
Vodka live streams all his races. I bet you it's nuts. I bet you
Graybush
it is
coming
absolutely
across the line
crazy.
7th. Slim's going
Must have
into
made
the
it over
ghost
mistake.
here.
Lost that position to Redline.
Oh, Slingshot's got to get within 3 seconds, buddy. Use
Seconds.
that ERS.
You gotta get within 3 seconds. He's using that ERS, trying to stay within 3 seconds of Slim. It looks
Oh,
he's gonna cross the line.
3/10 out. He didn't get him.
it's out. Not
Might
quite
have-
able to do it.
Might have
I
left
don't
him to
think.
the end.
But man, what a race!
Yeah.
Driver of the day is gonna go to Firewater for that crazy recovery. I think he was like all the way
At the
from the back
somewhere.
and finished on the podium.
Nice. Good for him.
Great drive from Firewater.
Not good
but-
for my points, but good for him.
No. Yeah. But congrats to a race winner, Druply, breaking down the moves here.
And the gas pumps.
Yeah. I mean, that's karma at its finest right there, in my opinion. I mean, because I thought there was going to be a discussion after the race that Vodka stole Druply's win away from him. There was collision there.
Well, there was
But, I
definitely
mean-
a collision.
But that's spade to spade there now. I
Yeah.
mean, that's fair game. He ran out of fuel. So, it's because it's Monza, dude. You actually run out of fuel so easily here if you're not careful.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're What's weird though is that he ran out of fuel, but he wasn't even using the ERS. That's what's confusing to me a little bit.
Yeah, well, he knew
Um,
he was going to slow right down, right?
He
So
must have been predicting a safety car. I think he must have had
Or-
lower fuel for. You know.
Also, too, he probably got warning about fuel. I didn't when I ran out of fuel in Brazil. It just all of a sudden the car just started to sputter, and I'm like, "What?" And
Yeah.
I looked down, and it was low fuel, and I'm like, "Oh my god, are you
Yeah.
kidding?"
Yeah, right. But congrats. We're gonna get Druply and Vodka in here now for a.
Seal for
Post-race
third
interview.
place, yeah. Yeah, I hate that you can't invite the PC guys.
Oh yeah, we can get Firewater. Firewater was also on podium.
There's vodka.
Firewater. I
Just
was
make
looking at
sure you include your audio there, vodka.
Yep.
Yeah, just trying to make sure I get Firewater there, because it doesn't let me invite him for the game. I gotta go
He
find
didn't
him.
get on podium. It was Fling. It was Silos. He left.
Oh no, that was the weekend results. Firewater
okay.
did finish the race ahead of
Okay.
CeeLo. Yeah. Because of the sprint race. Alrighty, let's get Firewater. Make sure you got that audio included there, buddy.
Oh yeah, I got Great Ace. What's Great Ace?
Alrighty, gentlemen, what a crazy race, man. That was Monza madness at its finest. Definitely the best race I've seen at Monza in PGR. I don't know about you guys, but we'll start off with we'll actually start off with vodka, man. What do you think about your car running out of gas there at the end?
Still finished in second, but I have a quick question, Droopy. What'd you do to your car, dude? What'd you change?
Changed anything?
You didn't change
Oh, well, I
the
took the
or
front
something?
wing down.
Oh,
I took the front wing
okay.
down.
Okay, that makes sense.
Down
You
my
guys have to
pits.
do so. You guys have to do like a what is it? You guys have to do an exploit to be able to stay up with the fast guys. You guys are pulling away
Hey,
while
you
we
can
have
do that.
DRS and DRS.
No,
No,
I
hold
had a
on, hold
shit.
on.
Well, you're gonna have to
Every-
abuse. I had a
everyone,
shitload of ERS left at the end, man.
No,
I had like
I had a better.
70%
I had
at the end.
chill. Let me finish talking. I had a better exit. Was on your ass, and then you decided to start pulling away when I have DRS and ERS, which makes no
Yeah.
sense. So
No,
like,
I
I mean,
loaded my
everyone
front
else
wing.
is running. Let me finish talking, dog.
My bad.
Everyone else is
Okay.
running balanced setups and trying to be fair, and you guys, I mean, trying to co-op the system, like, have to do that. I'm just calling y'all out. You guys want to do it, go ahead and do it, but just so you know, I finished second place, and I ran out of fuel on your ass, so there you go, bud.
Okay, I mean, but the only thing I did was lower my front wing during the pit stop. I didn't
And
really
you're
know how
allowed to do that. If
Oh
guys
yeah,
don't
yeah,
do
but you
that,
would
that's
Damn.
up to
load
them.
extremely low to the point where it's like you're
Yeah.
getting a tenth or two on every
I
straight
had
compared to everyone else.
80% ERS at the end of
It's
the
all
race,
good, bro.
bro.
Everyone's gonna start doing it, and then it doesn't matter for you because it will do nothing.
Okay, man, damn, bro, it's hard racing the thought.
No, it's not hard racing.
Dropping-
That's exploiting racing, bro. You had to do that to be able to catch up.
Dropping the mic.
Y'all have a good
Dude,
one.
you're
I'm
allowed
done
to
with
do the same
interview.
thing. We've been doing that all season.
Mans is
Wow.
pissed.
And then he
Wow.
fucking ran me off the fucking curve. Like, I thought he was slowing down on
He
me
did?
by, and I fucking, when he ran out of
He-
fuel, so I slowed up and was like, nah, fuck
So
it, go
let's-
ahead. It
let's
was just
talk
hard
with our,
racing.
It's kind of bullshit. It's kind of bullshit.
Let's talk with our race winner here then. Let's talk with Drupally.
kinda
Drupally, yeah,
bullshit,
like you said,
Drupally.
he hit you going into the Lesmos. You lost it, and we thought he took the win away from you, and then
Yeah,
you know, he ran out of fuel.
yeah, I didn't
it
know
was
he
kind
ran
of,
out of fuel. I thought he was just being, you know, a respectful driver, like giving the spot back because he ran me over a fucking curve. And like, so
No,
I
he
was like, fuck
actually,
it, that's hard racing. I don't want to take the win that way. So when I pulled up beside him, I actually slowed down to let him go back, like telling him, hey, nah, fuck that. I don't want to win that way. Go on. But damn, dude, like,
No, but he actually ran out of fuel at the end. So it was
he
kind of
wanted fuel
karma
to
in a
score.
way. It was kind of karma. He must have been predicting a safety car. Surprise, no safety car tonight. Even though some guys, there probably should have been a safety car because the amount of carnage. But how do you feel about the win here, man? I believe this is your second win in PGR. This is in Singapore, right?
I felt pretty good about it, man. I didn't break no damn rules. Like, I don't know why he's all pissed off. Like, I done exactly what everybody else has been doing all season.
Droop, hey.
I asked
Hey,
at the
if
beginning of the
guys-
season
if
if we were
guys-
allowed to
if
adjust our wings in the
guys-
pits, and they said yes. So I've
Yeah,
done it every race.
Exactly. They forget to do it. That's not your issue.
And like you saw, if you're watching the onboard views, you saw how much ERS I saved up at the end.
Yeah.
That's
oh, yeah.
like the
You
two
during
had
the practice
100%,
session.
You both did.
and
You both did. You both
crazy.
had your whole ERS saved up.
like during the practice session, I saw that the ERS was more powerful than the DRS. So that's why I didn't went past him at first. Like when I was first following him. But I just kept backing out early because, like, on lap 23 and stuff, I'm like, nah, if he gets on my ass and causes me to use up my ERS, he's going to eat my lunch. So I just wanted to kind of stay back till, like, the last few laps. But, you know, I thought it was hard racing. Like I said, I wasn't even salty about the thing where he ran me up on the curve. I thought that's why he slowed down. I was going to not take the win from him like that. I was like, nah, go ahead, man. Like, I pulled up beside him and stopped. Like, I didn't know he was out of fuel. And then, like, when he went and go, I was like, all right, fuck it. I ain't about to let people behind us catch us, so I took back off. I don't know.
Damn, yeah, especially since he's still going to be leading over his championship rival right now, Abrupt, coming out of this race. So
I mean, it's not
he
like
didn't really
last
lose
race
any.
that fucking
Yeah.
last race we had here too. Me and him were both competitive with each other, so I don't know why he's going. I don't know. I've had a good relationship with Vaca. I guess he's just upset because he ran out of fuel. And I'm not the one who fueled his car.
Yeah.
exactly.
I don't know,
right?
but even though he left the party, congrats to Firewater as well for finishing on the podium. Managed to finish out ahead of CeeLo because CeeLo, Drupally, just like last week, went for a two-stop strategy again, and it screwed him over. I don't know why he went for that again.
At one point, like, I was just, my battle was with Abrupt in my mind, you know, and then I kind of got in no man's land. Like, I was about 4 or 5 seconds ahead of Abrupt and like 6, 7 seconds behind Vaca. And I was just like, fuck it, you know, at that time, I just saved my tires as much as I could, let my ERS build up.
So next week, keep that hammer down.
And then when I saw that CeeLo came back out on the sauce, I was like, oh, hang on now, if I can catch up to Vaca, this is going to be a battle between me and him. I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah, so it's
I thought CeeLo had it in the bag.
It was a crazy race overall, man. You kept it clean. You deserve the win, man. You kept it clean through every incident I saw, because you had to go wheel to wheel with Redline like 6 different times.
Yeah,
that was
every single time it was clean. You know, you were going at it with Abrupt, and that was all clean as well. He was up your butt the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like you drove clean the whole time. You know, he wants to start a discussion about that whole pit stop.
I asked at the beginning of the season if we were allowed to do that, and they told me, yeah, why wouldn't I lower my wing from 18 to freaking 5, like, if I can?
Yeah.
At Monza.
So I take it with a grain of salt. I think he's just salty because his car ran out of fuel, because...
I would agree.
I guarantee that there's a clip of him screaming on his fucking Twitch stream.
Right?
Yeah.
No.
So, yeah, don't let that take your win away from you, man. Good job clutching it out there. Because, like you said, you had that. Let's just give one last mention to it before we end the stream too, because your one-shot qualifying was ruined because we had a very rude person decide to join.
Yeah.
And troll the lobby. You know.
But then during the sprint race, I freaking forgot that, like, we had restarted, so I never did go to the MFD and adjust my brake bias or my differential. So, like, I was wondering why I kept walking up during the sprint race, but I still was, you know, done okay in the sprint race for what I had. I don't know. I felt like it was a good, solid weekend other than the quali lap. The quali lap, it was shit. But...
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But again...
Good job, Vaca. I had fun racing you, even though you put me over a curve.
At the end there. Yeah, two of you were vicious fighting for that win there at the end.
That was good, though.
I ain't gonna lie, that threw me off when I came in here, man, because he, like I said, I thought that he was slowing down to let me pass because, you know, he threw me over that curve or whatnot, but I thought that, I mean, it was sucks. In my opinion, it was his fault. He didn't let me any space at all. But I wasn't going to take the win from him like that. Like, I even stopped. Like, no, go ahead. Like, I wasn't going to take, because, I mean, I was just racing. Like, I was a bit butt sore. Dude, it just cost me a win, but I wasn't going to, you know, take a win from him like that.
Right.
But, I don't know. I guess he was already mad because I was running lower wings.
Well, it is what it is. I suppose. Everybody has the same opportunity.
What it is, as they say. But anyway, yes, thanks. Congratulations on your win, Drupally. Thanks for joining me for post-race interview, and thank you, Sean, great ace, for joining me. It's a shame that what happened with you, but we'll see what the discussion about all this is afterwards. We'll see how this all plays out.
The stewards, exactly. Let them decide.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well upload a clip. I mean, someone else does it every single week, so I mean, you might as well.
I may as well do it once in a while.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Well, I'll upload the stream, and I'll holler on the other part.
All right, Droop.
All right, thank you, thank you, Drupally. Thanks,
you,
Sean.
Thanks, for having me up and commentating booth. Great job.
Yeah, man. To anyone watching, thanks for watching the stream. We'll be back same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday next week for the 16th race of our season at Silverstone. Great track. Going to be exciting to watch. Don't forget to tune in for that as well. Give us a quick follow on Twitch, and don't forget to subscribe to our PGR TV YouTube channel. We have linked in our Twitch bio where we archive all of the races, so you can go back and watch any races you may have missed that you might want to, you know, throw on for a laugh and
There's some good ones out there.
watch. There's some good ones. I'd watch our Baku race this season was a big highlight, I think.
Or Japan
Definitely
last
worth
season.
Or Japan last season, yeah. Two great races there. Even Austria this season too, with mixed weather conditions, if that's what you're into.
Yeah, and look at
definitely.
tonight, right between the sprint and the main race.
Yeah.
It was some great wheel-to-wheel racing between all kinds of different guys.
Exactly, it was all over the grid. Amazing stuff to watch. So yeah, don't forget to give that a subscribe as well. And like I said, tune in next week for Silverstone. I'm your host, Sidonian Muse, and we'll see you next week.
Take care.